Hey guys, how are you? Sorry, I got caught up on a phone call and I was was like, I have to get off the phone. And the person I was with, Sherry, I read your message. I hope you feel better. I really do. Jojo, Andrew, how are you? Marilyn Landis, Laurie, good to have you here. DJ's here. Marilyn Landis, Angela, Annika made it. DJ, who else am I missing? Marilyn Landis again. Here she is. Moonlight Viewers here. Amy 007. Moonlight View, there we go. Yeah, I got caught up on a phone call, unfortunately. What is going Alright, alright. Um, I was on a phone call, the phone call went longer than I expected. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Okay, alright, let me get out of this one, out of this one, out of this one. So, late yesterday, there was a weird article that popped up. And I took notice of it because anytime I see something about a missing person who's been gone, for a long time, and there's any type of speculation about, I don't know, them finding them, any type of clues, I'm always interested, right? Hey guys, how are you? I'm here, I promise. And they're saying here, suspected human remains found on construction site near where Chris Dawson's wife Lynette disappeared in 1982. There's no confirmation that it's even remotely related to her. It's just the vicinity of where I think it's Chris went to. He taught at the school. The school's about a kilometer away, and it's pretty close. It's sort of the same area. Look, there's a bunch of different people who have gone missing from the northern beaches in Sydney over the last, I don't know, 50 years. It could be a million different people, but it is, interesting. They said sources told the Daily Mail Australia that police had asked local residents not to discuss the discovery and that workers had been told not to return to the site. Locals had heard a skull was among the bones found during a building renovation, and the remains indicated evidence of a homicide. The victim of several notorious missing person cases were last known to have been seen in the Northern Beaches areas. Yeah, there's been quite a few that have been gone missing from this particular area. It is there's a whole heap. There's even some related to serial killers that had happened in the 70s, 80s, 90s. But any relation to Lynette would be massive. She's never been located. If you have watched or listened to the podcast that came out about her during Chris's trial, you would be very interested if they could, I don't know, if they could locate her. That'd be amazing for that family and put an end to I d 40, almost, 41 or 42 years of, doubt and no answers for that family. That would be amazing. But it says here the bones have been taken for forensic examination to determine if they are indeed human, and the police say inquiries continue. So that's it right now. Yeah, that's it. It says here mother of two, Lynette, vanished without a trace from her Bayview home. She shared with husband Chris Dawson in January 1982. Uh, Cromer is about 12 kilometers south of Bayview, 13 kilometers south of Newport, where 18-year-old Trudy Adams disappeared from in February 1978. There is no indication at this stage the bones could belong to Miss Sims or Miss Adams. They're saying here Chris Dawson was found guilty of murdering his wife in August 2022 and jailed for a minimum of 18 years in prison. There's a photo of her, I think. Yeah, that's Lynette there. It's interesting. I see her name spelt two different ways often. Some people just automatically give her Chris's last name and call her Lynette Dawson, and then a lot of people call her, the name she was born with, which is Lynette Sims, and it puts a bit of a hassle in searching for information about her sometimes. I think they do it out of respect because her husband was her killer, and I'm not even sure if she took his last name when they married, so I'm not sure. But, that would be very interesting. I hope we get more information on this in the coming days. Jojo says, I'm born in 1982, turned 42 yesterday, Jojo, my friend. You are not that much older than me. You're only a couple of years older than I am. Uh, while we're in Australia, so that's the update for that, the title on the show. I wanted to tell you because I know a lot of people outside the US got to listen to the podcast while the trial was around. A lot of people in Australia couldn't listen to it due to a judgment down here that said they couldn't broadcast that podcast. A lot of people use VPNs and were able to listen to it anyway, but it was quite popular overseas during the time. There's another story I want to show you very quickly. Where is it? Unfortunately, it's also with our friends, the Daily Mail here. And this will interest Reby. This will interest Reby. It's in her area, well, sort of. It says South Mackay shooting, man charged with murder after woman was allegedly shot dead in front of horrified teens. A Queensland man is accused of shooting dead his neighbour and injuring a good Samaritan who rushed to her aid in an alleged attack that sparked an emergency declaration and a manhunt. Ryan Cole, 31, allegedly shot his neighbour Natalie, 34, in the head and chest as she pulled up in her car outside her house on Robb Place, South Mackay, on Wednesday afternoon. Mackay, however you want to say it. Two teenagers, Miss Fran's daughter and the girl's friend, were in the vehicle and fled to a nearby residence to seek help. James Trevor McGill, 66, came to the mother's aid and was allegedly shot in the chest and hand by Cole. Miss Fran died at the scene while Mr. McGill was rushed to hospital in a serious but stable condition. Cole allegedly fled the scene, sparking a massive lockdown as police searched the area before he was later arrested at a service station in a nearby suburb. A service station is a gas station for you Americans. So they found him at a gas station. This is the size of the area that they put on lockdown last night in the wake of that shooting. Like almost an entire suburb, really. It's what, how many blocks? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like a 10 block radius or something like that. It's a huge area that they put on lockdown to find this guy. Luckily they did, but no one really knows what sparked the incident or why he'd want to shoot his neighbor. Now, look, we all have that neighbor that, or I should say, we've all lived in places that we've had that neighbor, but I doubt she was that neighbor. I don't know why you would suddenly shoot your neighbor when she pulled up in a car. Very odd. Apparently, he appeared in the magistrate's court this morning, which is Thursday, via Watch House video link, and charged with murder and attempted murder. The magistrate told Cole he did not have the jurisdiction to give him bail, and any applications would need to go through the Supreme Court. Magistrate ordered that a full brief of evidence be provided by August 2nd and listed a committal hearing for September 11th this year. Police were called to the scene after 4:30 and made an emergency declaration and put an exclusion zone in place at 5:20 p.m. Police will allege Cole fled the scene in a Mitsubishi Triton, which they found about 7:45 p.m. outside a gas station or service station on the Bruce Highway near Hilton Street, about 2 kilometers away. The police said they were examining a number of scenes today. The alleged shooting was an absolute shocking thing for the teens to have experienced. They're obviously very fearful and they've gone and sought help, and that help was provided. Unfortunately, that male who also provided help has been injured, so an absolutely tragic situation. The emergency declaration was revoked late on Wednesday, and people were able to resume their normal activities in the area. I don't know. There you go. There's some photos from the scene. It seems like an odd thing, right, to just pull up on a scene and shoot someone, especially in that neighborhood. Let me see if I can find anything about Mr. Ryan Cole, who, it's interesting. When I search his name, does he have a middle name? It doesn't give me one. There was a guy who was arrested with a similar name. for fraud not that long ago, last year actually, and had some issues with pretending to be an officer of ASIO. Now, ASIO is Australia's intelligence division, very similar to the CIA. They do all like, all our spy stuff and that type of thing. And apparently he was arrested for fraud, but I can't tell if they're the same person or not. It doesn't tell me. Just trying to see if we can get. Okay. Let me see if I can get you a video so I can set up everything else. I'm a bit in a fluster because I jumped off that phone call and jumped straight in here. Please respond to. Okay, here we go. Let me bring you to Channel 9 News in Queensland. I'm probably going to get butchered by Queensland people saying, it's Mackay, it's Mackay. Ping, say your Aussie names correctly. All right, here we go.
Andrew, good morning. Have any charges been laid yet?
Good morning, guys. I can tell you right now, this man is not cooperating with police. They are expecting, though, to lay charges later today of murder and attempted murder. This after this horrific shooting in North Queensland in Mackay. A woman, 34 years old, drives home to her house on Robb Place. When there, she is confronted, allegedly, by a 31-year-old man who lives on her street. He shoots her. 2 children in the back seat, one of whom is her teenage daughter, the other one her daughter's friend. They flee to go seek help. The woman, though, the mother, she is unable to be saved. A 66-year-old man did come to help. He too is shot. He now remains in Mackay Hospital in a serious but stable condition and needs surgery to remove some of that bullet fragments. As for the man at the centre of this alleged shooter, well, police caught up with him hours later after sending multiple areas into lockdown. He was found at a BP service station and is now in police custody, guys.
Andrea, thank you.
There we go. We finally got it working, and I got the microphone working a bit better. I noticed that I was like, why don't I have any sound? And it was because I had it set on the wrong setting. Marilanda says it's a full moon. That's really funny you say that. Last night, someone told me, they're like, everyone's crazy today. Is it a full moon? I've had so many crazy experiences today that it just has to be, because every time, this person works in customer service, and they were saying every time it's a full moon, the people really are different. And it's always the day that they get like the weirdest stuff happen, and they don't think it's a, urban tale or whatever. It's a nice night out there. I hope that heat has gone down. Did the heat go down for you in the in America? Let me check. Okay. It says major heat wave sends temperatures skyrocketing in eastern United States. Okay, so maybe not. Let's see what the temperature underground says. United States current temperatures. So it looks like most of the hot weather is over in the west. If you're in southern SoCal, it's 95, 100 in Los Angeles and Southern California. If you're in Arizona, it's like 90 something to 85. Actually, the east doesn't look that bad. It's about 75 degrees over where you are. But if the Gulf, it's probably very muggy and in the 80s right now. But yeah, here's the current temperatures as of 9 p.m. Eastern across the US. Doesn't look too bad. Then you got the ranges here. They're always a bit cooler because of the height. But there you go. Hope you guys are getting a little bit cooler. It was hot as hell the other day. Laurie says the east is hot. Says it's only 75 degrees, although up through here, Kansas City, Texas, Chicago or Illinois, all through there, it's about 80, 85. Not too bad in San Diego. It doesn't look too bad in San Diego. Peekaboo says in Michigan it was 94 today. Emily says Trisha is getting light rain coming my way. I hope she cools off. I know Texas has been quite hot. All right. It's no more weather. It's uber hot over here, over 90 all week. Keep cool. Get into whatever you have to do. Hey Chip, how are ya? The 21st is a full moon. When is that? It's, two days for you guys, 1 day for me, I'd say. So tomorrow for me. Yeah, I hope everyone, 1, stays safe during the full moon. 2, stays safe during the heat. Both are brutal. Comfortable and windy where you are? 75 in Idaho right now. That sounds about right. Looking at the map. Okay, no more weather, but I like dropping that in there, seeing how you're all doing. Gambler says right now, just east of Toronto, currently 27 degrees, feels like 37. Ugh. At 9 o'clock at night, that's awful. All right, Mr. Waxing Gibbous. Hey, Sean, how are you? Your budgie finally released you from your from the cupboard. He finally let you out. Frankie finally freed you. I see. First day of summer tomorrow is June 20th. That also means it's hurricane season in the US, and it is the start of no longer tornado season, but hurricane season for the Gulf and the East Coast, and sometimes the West Coast. All right, let's go back to more news. Let's bring you some news from America. Florida retreat. All right, this one will do. Yep. So I saw this on my links yesterday. I was like, we've spoken about this before in other cases. And I was like, well, we might as well keep the streak alive. It says here, a Florida McDonald's employee shoots at customers who said their order was wrong. This time it's not a customer shooting, it's an employee. I don't know how that works, but okay. It says a woman was arrested while working at McDonald's last Friday morning after police said she fired shots at customers who complained about their orders. Sounds like she might have been having a bad day behind the counter. According to Lakeland police, officers responded to the fast food establishment on East Memorial Boulevard around 1 a.m. After reports of a shooting. Police say the argument began when customers ordering in the drive-thru told the 22-year-old employee, Chastity Gardner, they thought their order was wrong. The parties argued at the window, and as customers were leaving, police say Gardner threw a drink at them. 2 of the customers exited the vehicle, pried the drive-thru window open, and proceeded to throw drinks at her. She had now armed herself with a handgun, according to police. The customers drove around the building, and Gardner walked outside to further argue with them. As the vehicle exited the parking lot, police say the woman fired her weapon, hitting the vehicle at least once. When officials made it to the scene, they said both parties were still there. Gardner was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and I wonder if she was bailed out. Let's have a look. Since this was last Friday, let's see if she was bailed out of jail. 2 days ago. Fox 35 Orlando. She was booked into Polk County. Actually, is this the right one? I want to see if this is a video from it. Mick Mayhem breaks out at Florida McDonald's. What a title. What a title.
New tonight, wild video shows a McDonald's employee grabbing a gun to confront customers in Lakeland. That employee is now facing charges. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie is in studio tonight with those details. Hannah.
So Lakeland PD is calling this one McMayhem. It happened Friday at the McDonald's on East Memorial Boulevard. And according to police, this all started over an incorrect order. Surveillance video just before 1 a.m. catching the wild altercation at a McDonald's in Lakeland. There's no audio, but we're told after an argument over an incorrect order, this employee throws a drink at customers through the drive-thru window. Another employee goes to lock the window, but the customers come back, open it, and begin grabbing what they can to throw back. Seconds later, the original employee returns with a gun in her right hand. She closes the window, but another customer opens it again, throwing a drink inside. A different security camera then shows the employee walking outside to confront the customers. That's where police say she fired the gun, hitting their car at least once.
What's becoming disturbing is us hearing more about these type of stories. And it's unfortunate because once you fire that round has no mercy. Wherever that round is going, whatever it strikes is gonna damage it or kill it.
The McDonald's employee is Chastity Gardner, the 22-year-old now charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Retired police chief Orlando Rolone says this mix-up likely just changed her life forever.
Would there have been a circumstance where she would have been justified in grabbing her own weapon?
It was totally uncalled for and unjustified for her to pull the gun out on a customer through the drive-thru, regardless of what that situation was, unless there was a risk of great bodily harm that was going to be brought onto her, or that there is a situation where some.
I don't think she's going to be having any, great bodily harm from a drink being thrown at her. Like the woman or the guy was throwing a drink in the window there. It literally went about a foot and then fell to the ground. He's like, I'm going to throw styrofoam at you. Like, yeah, okay. I'm so angry. I'm going to pitch this styrofoam at you and I hope it falls at your feet. Like, didn't really do much, did it? I think people just need to calm the F down. Calm down. Danny says, I hate that I thought, oh no, they black ladies. Hey, I can't say that, Danny. I can't say that. You might be able to, but I can't. I have to read it in Danny's voice then. Marilanda says she brought a gun to work. Yeah, that is maybe it's a restaurant gun. Maybe they keep it under the counter for for if they ever get robbed. No, I don't know. It's probably her handgun. Just Summer says, imagine loving capitalism that much. I mean, I don't think it brings joy to anyone, Danny, and I don't think it is giving anyone a happy meal after you fire a gun at someone. Imminent danger? Not from a styrofoam cup, no. Yeah, I can't imagine they're supposed to have a firearm. I don't think it says, when you get to work today, make sure you put on your hairnet, your gloves, your apron, and make sure you have your firearm in your waistband. I don't think it says that in the McDonald's policy handbook. She had 50-cent ice cream to throw back. I mean, those flakes, Sean, they could do some damage. You cop a flake in the eye, you never know. Could go blind. Yeah, hell no. Yeah, I don't know. Let's watch the rest of the video and then we can see what she's up to today.
Someone was actually engaging in some activity that could cause great bodily harm.
I did look up McDonald's employee handbook to see what their weapons policy is. I couldn't find anything on it, but a previous report from Business Insider states McDonald's abides by the laws of the state or region in which the restaurant is located. In the studio tonight, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
There's her booking photo right there for you. She looks very pleased with her action.
Oh, it gets me every time. This one is for the
All right, shush. There's her booking photo from Lakeland Police Department. They said, this microphone's pissing me off. The investigation revealed an altercation began at the drive-through window when the customer felt their order was incorrect. Yep, we know that. So this is where she grabs the handgun. So it says Gardner, 22 of Lakeland, was booked into Polk County Jail on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after she allegedly fired a gun at customers following a dispute in the drive-through line. I'm guessing they're saying that is the little handgun there. Let's see if she's still in jail. Let's have a look. Doesn't tell me. That Chastity Gardner of Lakeland was booked into Polk County. I'm guessing she would have been bailed by now, but 8 hours ago from KEYE. Let's have a look. There's the Facebook post from Lakeland. I don't see if she's out of jail though. I would suspect she probably is. She probably got bailed, but I can't tell you for sure. Let's have a look on Facebook. Let's go to Lakeland PD. The customers drove around with the weapon. Oh wow, they have the full video here. Oh my god, who messed with the colors on this? Someone needs some color correction. So someone definitely needs a bit of someone needs to get in the editing software and reverse these colors. So there's the drink she threw. Here's unnamed person trying to be like, oh, those bitches are gone. And they're like, hey, give me the styrofoam cup. Hey, let me throw a cup at your ass. And then she comes back. And then she's got the firearm in her hand right there. There you go. There's the gun. He's like, here's a drink with ice. And then I guess she went out the front to shoot him. I'm guessing that's it. There you go. Not the way McDonald's probably wants you to handle the... Oh, there we go. We get another video. Then they go outside with the handgun. Oh, it's all foggy. We can't see the shot. Yeah, they're gone out of frame, unfortunately. Oh no, here they come. So they must have fired the weapon. Now they're like, oh, let's run and hide. Oh, look at that. That's a great shot of her with the gun. She's like, better take the firearm inside now and practice safe handling of a firearm. And then they just hang around and wait for the cops. I don't know what she thought. Did she think the cops were going to come there and be like, yes, you're in your 100%, you're okay to fire at customers you don't like. It's fine. Thanks for waiting around. Let's see. Yes, I think they do. Yeah, you have to take off anything that would alter your appearance. So, yes, I have seen women who have wigs who have to take them off for mugshots. Normally, yes. Hey, Marlene, good to have you. Marlene Clausen here with the crew tonight. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. I think that's good advice in life, Danny. I think taking the cannoli is always better than the firearm. Unless you're in a gunfight, that's a different story. A cannoli isn't going to get you very far. Yeah, make sure hair is on point if arrested. Hair is on fleek if arrested. Yep. Let's see. There's that. There you go. I'm guessing she must have been either she had a hairnet on when they arrested her, that's why her hair's all messed up, or she did have a wig. Oh no, her hair's pretty long, right? In this cap she's wearing. So she may have had a wig on. I just love this video. What did she think she was going to gain? I have no idea. You haven't been offered a cannoli? Do they sell them at McDonald's in America? Emily Narb says she knew she was in trouble. Better go ahead and call your mama and bail bond. Yeah, got to get the bail bondsman out. They'll be like, "What are you here for?" And you're like, "Yeah, I shot someone." Why? They threw a styrofoam cup at me and said I did their order wrong. They might be like, "Yeah, we're not going to accept your bail. We have a suspicion that you may not show back up to court. You know, you don't seem that reliable. You get orders wrong. What? Who's to say that you're going to turn back up to court? Can't get a customer's order right, shoot a customer, maybe not be able to read court times. You're a bit of a liability. We may not be able to give you any bond." Just Summer says, "I'm in New South Wales, but how sick would Mick cannolis be?" Yeah, that'd be pretty good, right? Although they'd probably be tiny. They'd charge you $3.95 for them, and then the custard / ice cream machine would always be broken, so you'd never be able to get a Mick cannoli at the restaurant. He's like, "I don't want to see your ass no more," and he just slams the window. All right, that's enough food-related crime for tonight, but that was a good one. I don't know what's going on with her. I cannot find an update if she's out of jail or not. I'll give her a quick look on Twitter. Maybe there's an update. I don't mean to laugh at other people's misery, but I really would laugh if no one gave her bail. Hold on. Let's see if she's on Le Twitter. Yeah, she was arrested last week. Yeah, I don't have an update whether she was bailed or not. We'd have to look in the Lakeland court system. Actually, we can probably do that. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on, 1 second. All right, let's see if she's in the Lakeland County city jail records. What's her first name? Let's have a look. Her first name is Chastity Gardner. Chastity. And then it's Gardner. Let's see if she's been bailed or not. Arrested Thursday, June 20th, 2024 at 11:44 a.m. But it's not giving me anything else. This might be one of these dumb sites that tell you to pay to get the... let's have a look. Let's go to WEAR TV. It says here, charged with aggravated assault. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have an update on her. Hey, we'll see if she ever goes to court for it. Oh, she bailed out. What was the bail? 15 grand? Thanks, Bullseye. Yeehaw. Yeah, 15. That's a cheap bond. 1,000. Yeah, 15 grand. That's a cheap bond. I guess she's McFired. I wonder if they will fire her. 105 today. That is a hot day. Yeah, cheap bond for, what is it? Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That is a cheap bond. I've seen way bigger bonds for that type of crime. I'm guessing because no one got hurt, even though it was in a public place at a public restaurant, no one got hit and there's no loss of life or, so that's maybe why the bond was so cheap. But there you go. I don't know if she'll ever be dishing out Happy Meals again at this particular drive-through. Maybe it's like the NFL. If you beat the Chargers, you can be on the team. If you don't beat the Chargers, they fire you. Maybe it's like the NFL. Maybe McDonald's works in the same way. Yes, Bullseye. I had a feeling you might know about this. All right, let's. What did Marilyn Landers say? Hey, Sienna, good to see you. Where's Marilyn Landers? Yeah, I guess she got Mick fired. I don't know if she got fired or not, but I'm guessing shooting at customers is not in their standard operating procedure at all. I just want to see if there's another update from a different channel. Fox 35, we already did that one. What's this one? Newsbreak. Maybe they have an update. Full story in comment. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to get to a new story. There's the human remains. We've done that. South McKay. Done this one. Done that one. Done that one. Okay. All right. Let's go to our next story. Actually, I think it's in my save tab. By the way, no update on the Gregory Lynn trial just yet. But if we don't get some sort of news out of there today, I would be very concerned about what the jury is up to. It's this one. This is sent in by DJ, if he's here. I want to talk about this because this is bizarre. And I just want to load this up. All right.
Joining us now to react to this gruesome murder. Maryland Governor Wes Moore. Governor, I want to talk to you about...
No, that's not the right video. But that's okay, we'll talk about it. It says, the death of a Texas mother of 4 who was found hanging from a dock last month is now being investigated as a homicide, police said this week. Investigators now believe, I'm going to say this wrong, Giselle Salazar, 30, was positioned to make it look like she had died by her own hand. Police have now identified 2 persons of interest in the case, according to media reports. Her body was discovered in League City on May 31st, hanging from a rope near a boat where she lived with her boyfriend, James Hart. Police said they believe she was murdered and then tied to the dock. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me, Hart told KHOU. Her death is the worst thing that happened to her. And she had 4 kids, mother of 4. Hart has staunchly denied any role in the alleged crime, so her boyfriend's saying, I didn't do anything. This is the worst thing that ever happened to me. He says, it feels like a nightmare you can't wake up from. I didn't have anything to do with it, and I would have never. I loved Giselle more than anything in the world. We were together 24/7. If you two were together 24/7, then how do you not know how she got tied to a boat dock? Explain that one, smarty pants. Because your statement doesn't make any sense. Explain to everyone around the world who's watching, how did your supposed partner be murdered and tied to a boat dock if, as you say, we were together 24/7? I don't think your lawyer, should you ever need one, will be very happy with that statement. Surveillance cameras in the area had also been tampered with. One had been turned off while another had been turned in a different direction, according to the paper. League City Police said Hart became distraught after being informed of the discovery and initially refused to come out of his boat. He told detectives that she had left their bedroom to use the bathroom the day of her disappearance and that he never saw her again. I bring you back to this statement. We were together 24/7. And then you say down here, he told detectives that she had left their bedroom to use the bathroom the day of her disappearance and that he never saw her again. So your partner goes to use the bathroom and you're like, wow, she's been gone a while. Should I go look for her? Should I leave the boat? No, I think I'm just going to go back to sleep. She'll be fine. Crocodile get her? Shark got her? Jumping anaconda maybe attacked her? No, it's okay. I'm just going to go back to sleep and worry about it later. So much for 24/7. Apparently, a neighbor found her body partially submerged in the water and noted her arm was in an unusual position Because of the position of the arm, we believe she probably passed away somewhere else. Rigor mortis has set in, and then when she was moved, her arm stayed in that position. Depending on how long she died, they may be able to use the they call it is it levity or leviety or whatever, where if she was placed on a hard surface, you'd be able to find it within her, like whatever. If she was placed on her back, she'd have flat spots all along her back and her legs and her butt, or if she was placed on her side or her arms or her stomach or whatever, they may be able to tell where she was placed and how and for how long. And then the arm being in a weird position and being stiff, they know that she didn't die right there. Apparently, according to the neighbor, Christian Allen, he also suspected foul play, or it could be a woman, sorry. They said, I didn't buy the whole suicide thing. There you go, Ping. He said the wrong word. I want them to catch them because my kids are here and I don't want to live near a murderer. He told, okay, it's not a woman, it's a he. He told KHOU. Here's a photo of her. Very pretty lady. It says her brother Nathan launched a GoFundMe page to cover funeral expenses and to support her 4 children. They say Giselle was the most charismatic person you could ever meet, sharing a smile and making a friend of everyone she came across. She always looked out for the best in people, even when they didn't deserve her kindness. Her sister also suspected that her sibling had been murdered. I just want everyone to know my sister didn't do this to herself, she told ABC 13. She didn't take her own life. We just want justice for her. We want whoever is responsible who did this to my sister, we want them to be charged for what they did to her. Investigators are still determining a cause of death in the case as they continue the probe. That is an awful word, but I'm going to say as they continue their investigation. There we go. But some of these statements don't make a lot of sense.
A horrific discovery in League City. A mother of 4 found hanging from the end of a dock at the Wharf Marina where she lived.
Yeah, now more than a week after her death, police say they suspect foul play. ABC 13 Shannon Ryan explains why police do not believe this was a suicide.
The victim has been identified as 30-year-old Giselle Salazar Tapia. Police tell me the way her body was found positioned, hanging from the end of that rope, leads them to believe she died elsewhere, that the hanging was staged. Giselle Salazar Tapia's jewelry still decorates her boyfriend, James Hartz's boat.
All these necklaces, this one is hers, this is all her stuff that I've given.
Their shared home since March. This is the last known place she was seen alive.
It's been the most horrific experience of my life.
Neighbors found the mother of 4's body hanged from a dock at the end of their marina late last month.
She was partially submerged in the water.
League City Lieutenant Eric Cox now telling ABC 13 detectives believe foul play was involved, that her death was not a suicide.
As it stands, when she was found, her arm was suspended up in the air and there was nothing holding it there. So we believe that she probably passed away with her arm extended up above her head like that, and then rigor mortis had set in prior to her being placed there, is what we're thinking happened.
The department has identified 2 persons of interest in the case.
Looking at 2 primaries right now. There are people that we know she probably had the closest interaction with while she was living out there. So they have both been interviewed.
Hart, who says he feels he's been criminalized since his girlfriend's death.
I would never hurt Giselle.
Tells us she left their boat to go to the bathroom early that Friday morning.
I thought she'd just gone for a couple of days. She'd be back in a couple of days.
He says he didn't know she was dead until police recovered her body that afternoon. And he can't watch what happened because both his surveillance cameras,
and that's your camera,
missing over here,
had inexplicable issues before her death.
Don't you just hate that? I hate that. I install security cameras, bad things happen. Security cameras are just magically either disconnected or turned in the opposite direction. It's an issue plaguing our society. We're going to have to do something. We'll go to Capitol Hill. We'll go to Canberra. We'll get an inquest into this. A royal commission into security cameras that don't face the right way. I mean, I believe him. Sean says, why not dump the body out of sea? Unless the only other thing I can think of, and I know I'm making a little fun of the guy, the only other thing I can think of is he pissed someone off and they were waiting to hurt him and she presented herself and she, ended up being the target. But like, that's just the other side of the coin. Yeah, I know, a couple of days. For the guy who, as I quoted before, says we were together 24/7. And then he was like, yeah, I was all good with her just going away for a couple of days. Something a bit odd there. Are you sure? Are you sure he's not the guy who does pap smears at the local hospital? Are you sure? Does he not look familiar? How old was she? Did we have an age? She was 30. It says the 30-year-old lived on her boyfriend James Hart's boat, docked at the marina since March of this year. So there you go, 30 years old. We need Danny Mitchell. He's worldly. Juniper, hey Juniper. Juniper says he seems very self-focused. I'm sure police will be looking into that. They like people who do stuff like that. She may not have custody of them. It may be one of those type of situations. Maybe they live with the dad or something. Let's see if I can find anything else on her. All right. We did that one. ABC 13.
A horrific discovery in
It's the same one we just watched. That's okay. It says on Wednesday afternoon, officers were called to the Wharf Marina in the 700 block of Davis Road, where a woman was found not breathing on one of the boats docked there. It's believed the woman died of a suspected drug overdose, but the medical examiner will need to confirm a cause of death. Wait, what? Hold on. Is this a different one? This was released Thursday, June 20, 19th for you. So they're saying, yeah, for the second time in a matter of weeks, League City police are investigating the death of a woman at a marina. On Wednesday afternoon, officers were called to the Wharf Marina in the 700 block of Davis Road, where a woman was found not breathing on one of the boats docked there. Okay, it's a different woman. She was found hanging from a rope, so different. It is believed the woman died of a suspected drug overdose, but the medical examiner will need to confirm her cause of death. The woman's identity has not been released. One person is being questioned by authorities. Just last month, neighbors discovered Giselle Salazar Tapia's body hanging from a dock at the same location. League City police have said they suspect foul play in that particular case. The 30-year-old mother of four was found partially submerged in the water. Detectives do not believe she placed herself in that location. They believe her body was staged to appear as though she had died, after she died. What? Who writes these things? It says they believe her body was staged to appear as though she had after she died elsewhere. Someone's been using AI to write articles. You can't word it like that. It says Salazar Tapia's body says Salazar's cause of death has not been determined and her case remains under investigation. So now a second woman died in the same location, this time from a random drug overdose. Very, very sad. Burnt Popcorn said AI is so obvious. I know, right? Because it can't use the same grammar in the way that humans would, and you can always pick it up like that. That wording makes no sense. And it's never perfect. Maybe. Rachel says pet peeve is poorly written articles. Well, you're going to love this channel because when we see them, we often call them out and we have a bit of fun of it. Marlene says in the parking lot of the hospital. All right. Let's see. What did Banana Lana say? They see the older guy as settled and yeah, actually, I read some interesting science about this the other day. A lot of younger women will choose older men over a younger guy because they see them as more settled and having a good job and being, like, responsible. They want someone who's, going to provide them with a good life, and the younger guys haven't quite got to that stage in their life yet, or not all of them, but, a lot of them, and so they'd rather have the older guy who can already provide a stable environment for them should they wanna have children or whatever for them. It was actually they did a survey on it in America. Security, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Sean. Alright, Danny. Yeah, maybe, Danny, maybe. That might be the reason. Alright. We've done that one, we've done this one. Yeah, I don't have anything new on the Lynn trial. We may be for the late show. Maybe when we do late show, there'll be a big update. Should there be anything exciting happening, I will come on even if Trish is live. Let me just see if there's anything. No, it doesn't seem to be. I think they only got that video that they requested late yesterday, so they haven't even had time to run through it, and the judge directed them to watch a good amount of it and don't just cherry pick evidence that you think matches your, like, point of view. He wants them to really have a look at it. So it's 5 hours of testimony that they requested. So we could be here for all of today. Possibly, if we get a verdict by tomorrow, it'd be very good timing. Yeah. Stable environment, i.e. boat on a drug dock. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's what some people look for, Danny. Marlene Clausen says that she dated a 38-year-old guy when she was 21. Don't know why he was more interesting than men my own age. It's probably because he could get a discount with, the insurance companies in the US at his age, and you're like, wow, it's such an attractive, AAAP or whatever. It's an attractive guy. He can get a discount on his home and contents insurance, and to me, that makes a man very attractive. I think that might have been what it was. All right, let's go. Actually, they have some photos here of that woman. Do you guys want to see them before we move on? They have some photos of her with her children here. There's one with one of the little kids. How cute. And there's another one with a couple of her children. Oh, that's the victim's sister. Are they her children or her children? I don't know. They're just children. I don't know whose they are. Okay, maybe that's her sister? I don't know. Anyway, there's some photos of her family. That looks like her. And 2 kids. Yeah. So there's a few photos of her. There's another photo of her. It's not a bad photo. Anything interesting here? I find it interesting here, actually. It says, the death of a young Texas mother of 4 who was found hanging from a dock is being reinvestigated as a homicide after it was originally deemed self-inflicted. I wonder why it took them so long to pick up on the fact that her arm was in the wrong place. Did they think that she was, like, waving for help at the time? They're like, "Oh, she was just trying to, alert someone that she was in trouble with the rope, and that's why her arm was like that." It seems like something a competent forensic investigator would pick up, or a death investigator would pick up fairly quickly. Let's look here. I think that's about it. Oh, they have a family GoFundMe. Let's have a look. I can't play the music, but I can show you the photos from the slideshow. There's a photo of her and some family. Her and her children, maybe. Definitely looks like her kids. So this is a slideshow they put on the GoFundMe page for her. Gray is covering it? Oh, hey, Gray. Don't worry, he doesn't come here. He'll have no idea I'm even covering it, so. Well, it's good, because if it really is a murder, then the family did a good job pushing for... Oh my god, how many photos do they have? A lot. Good. I'm glad they've got some photos of their lost family member. Goes for about 5 minutes. There you go. So what does her family say? Friday, May 31st, our family received the most devastating news a family could get. We were told that our beloved little sister and daughter, Giselle, was tragically taken from us. She was a single mother of 4, leaving behind 3 little ones for my mother and I to raise. So does the dad have only one of them? It says she was the youngest daughter in our family of 6 and all of our baby. She was the most charismatic person you could ever meet, sharing a smile and making a friend of everyone she came across. She always looked for the best in people, even when they didn't deserve her kindness. This ultimately led to her being a victim of domestic violence up until she was taken from us in the worst possible way, leaving our family devastated. I think this might be a very big key. This word right here. If the family's talking about this, then they might have a fairly good idea of what happened. It says here, God has a plan for everyone, and the only thing giving my family peace is knowing that my sister no longer suffers. Last summer, my sister gave her life to Jesus, and this summer, he sent his angels to take her to his kingdom. The proceeds will be used to give my sister a proper send-off after funeral arrangements are covered. The remainder of donations will go towards the 3 children she leaves behind. Any donation, share, and all prayers mean the absolute world to us. If you have the time out of your day to read my sister's story, God bless you, and we hope for your support. I think it's a very kind message, especially from people who just lost a family member. I have no idea what that means, but what? Dude, one chill pass? I don't know what that means. You got to speak English, Danny. All right, let's move on. What is this? All right. By the way, I've been doing a little bit more research into that Astrid Schiller case, and I did get some more information. We'll talk about that on the late show, though. All right, let me grab this link. Let's go to Fox 5 in Atlanta. So it says missing whole county girl reward increased to $50K for a 12-year-old. Says the reward for information that leads to the location of missing 12-year-old Maria Gomez Perez has increased to 50 grand. According to the Whole County Sheriff's Office, the reward money has been raised by anonymous business and community members. Well done to the community. Maria was last seen on May 29th at a home on Westside Drive in Gainesville. The Whole County Sheriff's Office, along with the Federal Homeland Security, the GBI, the FBI, the Gainesville Police, and dozens of community members have been searching for the young teenager. Authorities believe Maria may have met someone when she left her home. The sheriff stated that they have thoroughly searched her home, interviewed everyone who lives there several times, examined multiple electronic devices, and distributed thousands of flyers. They said the fact that she's a child and has been missing this long is a serious issue. There are so many possibilities of where she could be, and what could have happened to her. Wait, is that girl that's no. There was one that was missing in Florida from a neighborhood, but I don't know if this is the same girl. We talked about it like months ago. But this one's only missing from May. Maybe a different girl. All right, let's go to 11 Alive, who had an update about this a few hours ago. All right.
Much. New tonight, there is more reward money being offered in the case of a missing Hall County girl. $50,000 is now on the table for the safe return of 12-year-old Maria Gomez Perez. She's been missing since May 29th. The Hall County Sheriff's Office and the GBI continue to seek information regarding her whereabouts. Gomez Perez is 5'3" tall and weighs between 100 and 110 pounds. She has brown eyes and long black hair. She was last seen wearing a bright blue shirt. If you have any information or know where she might be, you're asked to please call 911. Now, we have been following the case of missing Maria Gomez Perez since the beginning. Right now on our website, we have a full list of stories on her disappearance. You can read them on 11alive.com on the homepage.
And tonight, a Metro Atlanta family hopes more money will motivate someone to help them find a missing child. This is The Six. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Blair Miller. That reward for information leading to the 12-year-old is now at $50,000. Atlanta News' first Anna Murphy is live tonight in Gainesville, about 60 miles northeast of Atlanta.
Adam, 3 weeks have passed since this young girl disappeared in Hall County.
Good evening, Sean. I spoke one-on-one with Maria's father here at the family home in Gainesville, and he told me he's very worried and concerned about his daughter's whereabouts and the passing time.
We are really concerned. We are worried about her.
Andres Gomez pleaded for the safe return of his 12-year-old daughter, Maria. He said she has been missing now for 3 weeks.
The only thing I want to say now is somebody knows something, somebody sees something, or know where she is, please call the authorities immediately. The time is come, the time is passing, and we are really concerned about 3 weeks now, today, 3 weeks. I'm very frustrated. We don't know nothing about her.
According to the Hall County Sheriff's Office, Maria Gomez Perez was last seen on May 29th in her driveway on Westside Drive in Gainesville, just off Pearl Nicks Parkway. There are signs with Maria's photograph on them posted around the community. To date, investigators have fielded 142 tips, and many of those have been vetted with negative results. Others still remain under investigation. The reward for Maria's safe return is now at $50,000, up from $30,000.
I really like the authorities increase the reward to 50,000. Hopefully somebody can motivate to receive this amount and tell something where she is. But the time is passing. We don't know nothing.
And back out here live, this is the driveway again where Maria Gomez Perez was last seen 3 weeks ago to the day. If you have any information about her whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Hall County Sheriff's Office. We'll stay on top of these developments.
It's a very horrible case to have such a young girl go missing for so long and have no idea, like no clues, no idea. Very, very odd. I hope the reward money helps bring information for the investigation. But Popcorn says, why can't Sebastian get reward money up? Didn't they have 50 grand for Sebastian pretty quickly? Or am I wrong about that? Who is James? I don't know who James is. Who is James? I don't know who James is. I don't know who he's talking about. Okay. I don't know anything about any of that. I haven't delved into it. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, let's see. People getting I just got a message on my Twitter, someone saying, the police and prosecution have stuffed this right up. Lynn will be free by Friday. Hey, person who commented on my Twitter just then, we'll see. We'll see. They did poke a lot of holes into the prosecution's argument in their closing statements last week, and they even had manslaughter thrown out. They had um, you know, they even had the judge give directions to the jury that they can give less weight to the things that the prosecution did ask of Greg Lynn and he gave an answer compared to things that they just claimed in the closing statements. They can basically disregard those statements from the prosecution. So, very interesting. Sorry, people keep asking me for an opinion, especially on Twitter. I can't give you one. I can just tell you what happened. I can tell you the circumstances. I can't give you my personal thoughts on it because then it becomes coverage or it becomes influential. It sounds dumb because I only have 1,000 subscribers, but I'm still counted as media, and it means that I have to abide by the court ruling. So, Gambler, how are you? 82 degrees, feels like 97. I hope you have aircon, my friend. Oh, Danny. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Danny. I'm glad you're not. Oh, that guy. Sorry, we moved past that already. I was like, James, who? What's it got in relation to this missing girl? I was like, what are you talking about? Who's James in this missing girl case? Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's interesting. All right. Oh my God, Danny. Oh, okay, all right. I think we already did that one yesterday in Wilbraham, that Murder Dash S on the Late Show. Is there an update? Yes, there is an update. Let's run with that. We've got a few minutes. So it sounds like they have identified the people that were found inside that home that we talked about yesterday. I'm just trying to bring up some photos here. So apparently this is the mom, and her name is Sima, and that's her son Dylan. They were two of the victims here. Apparently, according to police, it's her longtime partner, Peter Donaldson, who shot and killed them both and then took his own life. For what reasons? I have no idea. They didn't say, but someone found their bodies after accessing the home and discovered them, all three of them, deceased in the property. That was Main Street, Wilbraham, in the suburb of Springfield in Massachusetts. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything else new, but they're saying here, information on when the shootings occurred has not been revealed. In a statement, the DA said we're going to let the medical examiner determine all of that. So they're still waiting for the DA. Apparently, her son was a medical research assistant researching into cardiovascular disease at Verve Therapeutics, headquartered in Boston. And that's her mum. She was a medical coder who recently became a volunteer advocate for foster children and was a trustee on the board of her local church. Well, she sounds like a nice lady. Since here, Dylan went to his local regional high school in Wilbraham before going on to study biology and chemistry at Keene State College. He was formerly a research assistant at Harvard Medical School and Moderna Therapeutics. We all know Moderna. Nearby residents describe the town as relatively quiet. Hey, I broke it. Yay. There we go. Sorry, my voice is going all of a sudden. Influencer ping. No, it's unfortunately it's just a rule that we can't. Anyone who works in the media can't be like, yeah, that mother effer, You should fry in jail for a life term or whatever. You just can't do that here. Okay, good. Don't fry out there at night being like a 97 or whatever. It is very sad. It seems like both the mum and the son were doing, well, trying to do good in the world. No, I'm still trying to get over that cold. It's odd. I've had the flu before, and it normally lasts like a week, and then you're better. This weird, this weird illness that I had that's been going around. Several other people we know had it too. It lingers. It may not feel sick today, and I don't. I feel normal, but some of the symptoms, like, they come back after a few days. Like, I won't have a cough, and then like 3 days later, I'll cough a bunch, and then it goes away again. Or my throat will start getting a little sore again. It kind of lingers a little bit. It's really odd. Am I not allowed to say that? Whoever has it, I mean, everyone's got it in Australia right now. Lawyers can't testify. Yes, this is true. What? Because a client, whatever, privilege. Yeah. Why? I want to know what the reference to that is. Yeah. Hopefully it clears up, and it's been in this household for about a month now. I got it, then she got it, and we've been in sick mode for like a month. All right, I think we're about to wind up. What time is it? Where's my phone? Okay, apparently I do not own a phone anymore. And if I did, it's gone. I don't know what happened to it. What time is it? Let me see. Okay, it's 23 past the hour. We might have time for one more. Oh, actually, I got one more, and then we're out of here. Where is it? There was an update. We were talking about Lynn Dawson earlier today. Unfortunately, this sometimes happens in true crime or in crime cases. We get a sort of a red herring or a false, a false start. It does not look like we'll be finding any secrets out today. A forensic investigation has determined that the bones found on a building site in Sydney's northern beaches are not human. On Wednesday, officers attended a construction site on South Creek Road, Cromer, about 10:45 a.m. After a number of bones were excavated. The bones were taken for forensic examination, but police said this morning the results indicated the bones do not belong to a person. So someone buried their chicken after having dinner, and then 40 years later, they've caused a big kerfuffle because someone thought they were human bones. But very unfortunate. Would be nice to know what happened to Lynette. We're not going to find out today, unfortunately. Are you? What kind of date? Yeah, this cold that I had, I have never missed more than one show in a row, and I was knocked out for 5 days. There was no way I could do a show for you guys. I was literally had no energy. I was asleep like 18 hours a day, and I couldn't eat anything. It was couldn't do anything. It was the worst cold I've had in years. I had the C word, and I thought that was a trip in a park compared to this one that I had. The other one, the one that we're all scared of for 2 years, that one was like, it was so easy. I had a sore throat one day, 4 days later, I was fine. This one was way longer. It was more severe, messed with my breathing, messed with my sinuses a lot, messed with my ears. I felt like I was deaf for like 3 days, like my ears were all blocked. Really nasty, nasty cold. Hope you guys don't get it. Really, really nasty. I don't know what it is, but could be that RSV thing, maybe. Okay. Hey, I love you all. We're going to be back here in about an hour and a half, something like that. Could be up to 2 hours, but we're going to be back for the late show. By then, I should have an update for you on the Gregory Lynn trial after they have their sort of lunch after about 1 o'clock. So head on over to Trish, hang out with her, and then come back here afterwards for more true crime late at night, okay? I love you all. Hey, the people in this ending video, they're all amazing. They all help support this channel. They send in donations and things like that. And this is the small way I can say thank you to those people. So is your name on this video? Check it out. It might be. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Bye, people. Bye. Actually, that was a false start. We can't use that one anymore. Sorry, you guys are going to have to hang around for like 2 seconds. So how was your day? Was the weather good? Did you find any chickens out there, like dinosaurs or anything? No? No dinosaurs? Are you sure? I mean, I often look for them. I don't ever find them, but you know, something I like to do out there. I wish this thing would hurry up. Come on. And then we're going to get out of here. All right, that's it. Peace.